Welcome to the cooking show where everything's infused, especially me, your host, Matt Lamb. Today, we're making blue cheese wings with infused hot sauce. This recipe is sponsored by the Mighty Fast Herbal Infuser. Please visit theherbalinfuser.com and use the code RuffHouse to save money on my favorite herbal infuser. For this recipe, we are going to assume that you already have made your infused butter, so you've used the Mighty Fast Herbal Infuser or some other method to make infused butter. We're also going to need 3 pounds of fresh whole chicken wings, half a cup of blue cheese powder or ranch or blue cheese dressing, 2 teaspoons of salt, 2 teaspoons of pepper, quarter cup of regular butter, quarter cup of infused butter, half a cup of hot sauce of your choice, and some chopped chives. Now, the first thing we're going to do is to prep our chicken wings. If you're using fresh wings, and I hope you are, you can separate those with a sharp knife, find the joint between the drum and the wingette and cut that off, and then you could cut the little flap off of the end. I'm going to take those and put them right into like a gallon bag, like a sandwich bag or storage bag. And we're going to go ahead and process all of our wings out the same way. Now, if you're making 2 different flavored wings like I'm going to do, you want to put them in 2 separate bags. I'm going to make ranch and blue cheese wings just to show how easy it is. Now we're moving on to our flavorings. And what I'm doing here is I'm adding in my blue cheese powder and my salt and my black pepper. Now, the recipe I'm showing you is for 1 flavor at a time. So if you're doing a mix of flavors like I'm going to show you here, half the amount of the powders that you use. So that's a quarter cup, but you would use a half cup for the whole recipe. Now, if you want to use ranch dressing or blue cheese dressing, because the blue cheese powder might be kind of hard to find and a little bit expensive, just skip the salt because they're already loaded with salt. But put in the black pepper, and then we're ready to go. We're going to do half ranch, half blue cheese. Now comes the fun part. We're going to shake and bake our chicken. So I'm going to drop our powders or my flavorings down into each bag, and then just seal the bag and bounce them around, toss them around until you're fully coated. Really easy step there. Then we're going to take a pan, spray that with cooking oil, and then place the wings into a single layer on the bottom of the pan. I'm using 2 small pans because I have 2 flavored wings, but you'd use 1 large pan, obviously, if you're using 1 flavor. Now we're going to cook those in the oven. Now I'm baking these wings, but I still want them to be crispy, so I'm doing 375 for 25 minutes on each side, and then I'm going to increase the heat to 425 to finish them off until they're nice and crispy brown. Now during that last 15 minutes of cooking is when it's the perfect time to go ahead and move on with your infused hot sauce. So what I'm doing there is I'm taking half of regular butter and then half infused butter. Now you can change that ratio if you want to be a wild cowboy and use all infused butter, go for it, but the flavor gets overwhelming to me. So I use half butter, half hot sauce, but I half the butter between infused butter and not infused butter. And you can only just use a couple of teaspoons or tablespoons of infused butter if you want it to be milder. Now I have my butter and hot sauce on a low heat, just melting together very slowly while my chicken's finishing off. And this is a great time to chop your fresh chives. You can use garlic chives or onion chives. I'm using garlic chives this time because that's what I had available in the garden. And you can see when the chicken is done, it is really golden brown, and you just want to keep cooking it until you get this consistency, because these chicken wings are supposed to be somewhat crispy. So just watch them closely and cook them as long as they need to be done. And you can see they look really good already. And then this is the ranch wings right there, but either way you want to put chives on them, and be generous with the chives. Not only do they look pretty and help set off the recipe, but they actually taste really good and add just a little dash of freshness to this recipe that is really very welcome. And this is the blue cheese wings here. You see they're a little bit lighter in color because of the white powder on it, but they still got nice and crispy, and this was one of my favorite recipes in a long time. This was so good. And one of the reason I like this recipe is because you can separate the sauce out now. You could just individually serve the sauce, which is the infused part, so that everyone gets the right amount and just the amount that they want. And you can pour it over the wings, and once you have it already portioned out, you can drizzle it over the wings like that. Or my favorite way is just to dip the wings right into the sauce. So delicious. This is a great recipe, and it's somewhat healthy too. So if you want more recipes like this, please visit theherbalinfuser.com, and you can save money on the device with the code RuffHouse at theherbalinfuser.com. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. If you did, hit the like button and visit RuffHouseStudios.com for hundreds of cannabis culture videos made just for you. This is Matt from RuffHouse Studios. Thanks for watching.